I'm hoping for a wet race, just to make things interesting. You need to watch the Singapore race from this league from last week. That was just crazy.
Was that in the rain?
Yeah, it was in Singapore. It was on intermediate to full wets, I think. But it was just such a crazy race.
So the link is shared. That's also good. Good evening, boys and girls. We're back with our second race of the night here in beautiful Catalonia, Spain. Behind race at Bahrain with 2 safety cars and Nick as our winner of the race. And we have a fan of Racing Good here who commented that's good for the spirit for the boys, especially for Racing Good, who's starting in P12, I think, maybe P11. He finished in 5th place at Bahrain, collecting 10 points, or even more because 15 runners are getting no points. And joining me in the commentary booth for a second race is our league founder, Scientist.
Hi, Alex. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. Good evening, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. Let's hope that this race is as entertaining as every other race in this league's been so far.
Yeah, we really hope, and we have to hope for that, and we never got disappointed by the guys, to say the least. We're on our formation lap right now, and the grid is led by Corleone in P1, Duradon starting in P2, Pradova in P3, behind him Dicunia, Mosha, Eskimo, Baltic King, Deepizzle in P8, Rays in P9, Ultimate Stand behind him, Racing Good starting in P11, Chappie behind him in P12, Castor France, followed by Lil Jim, and our winner of Bahrain, Nick in P15, with our reverse grid concept. The last guy who finished in Bahrain starts on pole, that's Corleone. Wayne and Young Verstappen both DNF. That means they're also starting at the back behind Nick.
Just looking at the tyre situation, so we've only got 3 guys starting on the mediums. That's Duradon in P2, Gupt in P11, and Verstappen in P17. Everyone else starting on the soft compound tyres.
So, besides the gaps between the cars, we will also have a look at the penalties that will be given during the race, so we won't miss anything right here as we're now going through our last corner onto the pit straight and forming up on the grid to start the 17 lap long race around Catalonia. The normal test track for all Formula 1 teams this season. We started at Bahrain 2 weeks ago because of the COVID situation. Right now, here tonight, it's live or die. No testing, just going at it. As we have 3, 4, 5 which are going out right now. But with Codemasters being Codemasters, we're just waiting on everybody to start.
Can you imagine if this happened in real life? How hilarious it would be.
Fortunately, Raisin is not starting like a behind, and away we go. Corleone in P1, and we have a huge crash at the back between a Red Bull, and an Alfa Romeo.
Scooped.
Yeah, Racing Goop is involved in there. Caston, Little Jim, horrible accident. Chappie also in there, as we have a full car safety car. And we have a few penalties from the Cunha Prodova and Eskimo, each 5 seconds for touching other cars.
I wonder if one of the guys running TC off maybe just spun their wheels out on the start, and that caused mayhem at the back. And unfortunately for Gupta, who started on the medium tyres, that's compromised his strategy. So he'll have to pit because his front wind's completely damaged.
Yeah, and he has to switch.
You'll have to go on the hard tyres, surely.
Yeah, this is his only chance to go out with a one stop. But we've seen some exotic strategies around Bahrain. We had 2 safety cars. One relatively in the beginning and one at around lap 8. And some guys took the chance to pit twice. At the end of the day, it didn't work out because they finished in P10 or even lower, but the strategy itself wasn't too bad. I think Raisin pitted twice and finished in P3 at the end. So if you have the pace on the better tyres, you can make it work. But right now,
so
most of the guys... Yeah, let's see who goes in.
So Mosh is in, Fiddle's in, Raisin's in, Ultimate Stand's in. You guys are electing to stay out, which is surprising. Hard tyres, I think, aren't too bad around this track. So, personally for me, if there is a safety car at the earliest part of the race, you want to pit because you lose so much less time under the safety car. So I'm
a little bit surprised that Corleone on the soft tyre didn't pit with the soft tyres on. It's just a beautiful opportunity to switch on.
Yeah, sorry, but
no worries. I think we thought the same here.
Oh no, no, I was just making a rather mute point that Corleone's got the number 47 on his Haas car, and we know certain someone who's racing with that number.
Yeah, we managed to get that also behind, but beautiful that you also see it. Beautiful coincidence here on the Haas with the 47. He made it work beautifully here for all of viewers. The 47 in the lead. Just imagine the real number 47 in the lead of the race this season. Germany would freak out completely.
Yeah, him and the whole of Germany, and particularly Günther Steiner, that would be something to witness.
Yeah, then they really could be fucking superstars instead of wankers.
So Mosher, Jim and Gupta have all gone onto the hard tyres, and I think everyone else who's on the softs has switched to the mediums. So that's basically everyone down from P9. And then we've got all the guys on the soft tyres who've not pitted and have elected to stay out, I believe. Yeah, so everyone. So actually, Verstappen is the only medium runner who hasn't stopped.
Okay. Oh, and we have some touchy here between the Cunha Prolova and Boltex King, and that means they all get penalties. Gerard and Cunha and Prolova got penalties for touching each other behind the safety car, and Corleone is laughing. He's still on the softs, but all the guys behind him have now 5-second penalties. That's not what you want, especially behind the safety car after turn 1. Yeah. And you can't say that Corleone slowed down the pack. He went pretty fast through turn 1 and turn 2.
Yeah, maybe someone just weaved or did a late bit of braking or something like that. You have to give each other space behind the safety car. Yeah. That's the only way to avoid these unnecessary penalties.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
It is what it is.
It is what it is, yeah. You can't add anything to that.
I don't think I've said that. I think that's the most common phrase I've said ever since COVID happened. So.
Yeah, but what else to say?
Yeah.
And it seems like the safety car is coming. Yeah, the safety car will come in, and it's show pretty early. Corleone has a lot of time left to warm up his tires and get onto pace, and Doradon is very impatient behind him, almost driving next to him and giving Corleone not a lot of space. Corleone is still... Yeah.
He's going to get swamped by the soft runners, isn't he? But so I think that's why he's trying to...
Corleone is going, and oh, what a beautiful restart! A beautiful restart! Already 2.5 seconds in front of Doradon, who took a bad nap here. And D'Cunha is going at Doradon, overtaking him into turn 1. On the inside, Doradon on the outside, trying to do Fernando Alonso. But D'Cunha leaving no space for him.
We've got Ferrari off in the back, and it's Wayne. I don't know if he lost it on the exit of turn 1 or had it coming together with somebody, but Wayne slipped to the back of the pack. The two Renaults were side by side at one point, but now Bultex is ahead of Doradon, who on the medium tires.
We got to spin. Pro Oliver spun. Pro Oliver spun. He was in a battle with Nick. I think he tried to go on the inside against Nick into that tricky left-right hander up the hill and lost it there. He's going down to P15. And the Renault and AlphaTauri are battling very hard. Bultex King and D'Cunha battling it out. And D'Cunha already has wing damage here. Nick trying to go on the outside of D'Cunha. He's leaving almost no space here. And Nick right behind D'Cunha now on the pit straight. In the slipstream.
Just Verstappen got past EINSTEIN. He's going to make a move on Doradon down in turn 1.
Yeah, and Nick got the position against D'Cunha up into P3. Seconds in front of Bultex King. He made that work.
He has to make it work since he didn't pit. So
yeah.
He has to make it work, and he's doing a good job of it. So it's just stopping the two AlphaTauris now side by side, and just stopping the split of D'Cunha, who I think he said had wing damage, isn't he? So
yeah, D'Cunha's wing damage. He's struggling a lot. Ultimate stand. Yeah. D'Cunha's struggling a lot, but it also means if he pits right now, he's at the end of the pack, and that means literally no points right now.
So Wayne's just coming out of the pits after recovering from his spin, so he's put both of the medium tires on. Little Jim has made up, Little Jim and Eskimo going side by side down into the final part of the lap, and Jim gets the move done.
Nick collecting a 3-second time penalty here for violating track limits.
Oh man, the P10, 11, 12 are so close together on track. 9 is Eskimo, Bizzle, and P10 going for the overtake down to turn 1. Somebody's pitted in the midst of that, and that was a nice move by Bizzle. And
we have another fan in the comments, our champion of the Darwin League last season, Tier 1, is cheering for Corleone, who's right now in P1. And
Nick and Bultex.
Yeah, Nick is attacking Bultex and overtaking him into P2. A very brave and very, very sexy move, you have to say. Bultex King struggling a little bit. Behind him, Young Verstappen in the AlphaTauri with the DRS. Barouche joining the Corleone fan club as Ultimate Stand hit Bultex King from behind. Just a tiny bit, that was enough to make Bultex King spin.
Oh, Chappie getting wide with Doradon, going through lap by lap, and Doradon, I think, wisely concedes the position and also loses out to the McLaren of Mosher. Pride of Ayrshire strikes again. Yeah, crazy couple of laps in the midfield there, and we've got Eskimo pitting. Obviously, to build on the medium compound tires. Harvey, maybe spend less time in the comment section and go back to digging up those sand pits, mate. The master sandbagger that you are. Only kidding, mate.
Corleone is still leading this race with a gap of 5.5 seconds. Nick behind him has a 3-second time penalty. Young Verstappen just a second behind Nick. And our net leader is Ultimate Stan right now, who already pitted and is in P4, around 7 seconds behind Corleone. That means with a pit stop of those 3 guys in front of him, he will be in the lead of this race.
Oh, Ray Zodden gets builds a move on Stan, and sort of squeezes Stan off the track, but Stan then recovers. That was a really tense battle there, and
whoa, he's going at it!
The speed differential there was insane. Beautiful move by Raisin.
That was crazy good. But I think that means Ultimate Stan will have the DRS on Raisin right now. And he has the DRS. Let's see if he can make it work to his advantage into turn 1. He's closing in, but I think it's not enough. No, it's not. Raisin staying in front of Ultimate Stan. That means Raisin is our net leader right now. Castor France, in the meantime, overtaking Deep Bizzle up to P7.
Verstappen sits a bit, so you're right that Ray Zodden is the net race leader, as you say.
And Racing Gup trying to make an overtake work on Boltex King here, side by side through a corner section. Beautiful battle between those two. Racing Gup on the hards, Boltex on the softs. Ultimate Stan collecting a 3-second time penalty.
Chappie just going in the background, watching this battle unfold in front of him, hoping to capitalise on any mistakes. He's within DRS range of Gupt and Boltex as well. So we've got Boltex on the softs, Gupt on the hards, and Chappie on the mediums. So that's an interesting battle there.
And Corleone pitting. Nick is also pitting. Young Verstappen is staying out. Let's see where Corleone and Nick will come out after the pit stop. Young Verstappen on the mediums, so he will stay out for maybe another 2 laps before he pits onto the softs. Raisin behind him, just half a second in the net lead. He doesn't have to push Young Verstappen to the limit.
Gupt and Boltex, and there's a spin for and Chappie capitalises. Boltex and Racing Gupt had to come together. Gupt somehow got away with going up to P7, and Boltex has lost 3 positions in the one corner to Chappie, Mosher, and Gupt.
Boltex on the grass! Boltex on the grass! Chappie got the position, Mosher too!
Gupt and Mosher.
Gupt and Mosher, and Boltex King is sniffing! He's smelling blood, they're touching! Ooh! Blimey!
Spicy.
Racing Gupt slowing down there, leaving a little bit of space. Very fair by him. Boltex King gaining the position. Racing Gupt right behind him.
He got a penalty for his troubles there.
Yeah, but he got DRS and ERS going on the inside of Boltex King into the left-hander. He's overtaken it, but Boltex King gets another run on Racing Gupt on the softs. What a battle between these two.
Yeah. So Chappie, the big beneficiary there, moving up from P9 to P7.
But I think Boltex has damage to his wing, and that means he's pitting right now. Yeah, Boltex had to pit, so he's pitting right now. Slow your car down, otherwise you get a 5-second time penalty. He doesn't get it, that means he's clean right now. Raisin overtook Young Verstappen into turn 1, I think.
Corleone down the inside of Mosher, beautiful move. So Corleone back in P9 after his pit stop on the mediums and is chasing down those in front of him who are on older tyres, so Corleone has a chance of making up some big positions here. And Nick got past Mosher, and he's just a second behind Corleone.
And Chappie hit the grass at the exit of the corner. That means Racing Gup is right behind him now, just 0.3 of a second, going through the tricky left and right hander up the hill, with the DRS coming up after the fast right hander. Racing Good using his ERS and DRS to close down the gap. He's right behind Chappie right now.
Verstappen is still not pitted.
And Nick is very close behind Corleone, so we have a lot of battles here on track. Chappie against Racing Good for P7, Corleone against Nick for P9, while both drivers want to make up places here.
Little Jim, who pitted earlier in the hard tyres after a first incident under the safety car, he's right on the back of the stand, fighting for P3, which I think is maybe Nick too, once Verstappen pits.
And Nick is going for the overtake. Sorry, scientists, for interrupting here. Nick got Corleone into turn 1. Beautiful overtake on the inside. And it's still a battle of 4 cars between Chappie, Racing Good, Nick and Corleone. And we have a yellow flag in sector 2 right now, which has turned into a green flag. Let's see if we can catch what happened there.
There's another yellow flag there.
Yeah, you're right. But right now we can't see what happened here.
It's Doradin, I think, that's spun off.
And Lil Jim is right behind Ultimate Stan right now, just 0.3 of a second. Stan on the medium tires, Lil Jim on the hards, struggling out of the chicane, coming onto the pit straight now with DRS. And Young just stopped mispitting right now.
Interesting to see where he comes out as Gupta is all over the back of Chappie, but Nick is going to capitalise on Gupta running wide, and Nick gets him in the final corner even before the straight, and Nick's got DRS to do it. As Gupta. With Verstappen coming out, he's been held in the pits for an extremely long time. I think he has had a penalty, maybe?
Penalty, maybe a wing change.
He's now shown in P6. He was in the pits a minute ago, and now he's shown in P6 on my stream.
Yeah, he's also in P6 on my, but that means he must be in front of Nick.
Yes.
Let's see if he is.
He's less than a tenth ahead of Nick.
He is in front of Nick.
He's more than that ahead of Nick. He's maybe about...
Yeah, he's maybe a second in front of Nick, but he is in front of Nick in P6. So the overcut worked beautifully for him.
And he's on the faster compound tyre.
Yeah. Boltex, DNF from the race. Out of the race, he is. His teammate Prolova in P13 right now. Oh, and we have a battle. We have a battle on top between Ultimate Stan and Lil Jim into turn 1, side by side. They go on side by side to turn 2 and turn 3. Lil Jim glued to the back of Ultimate Stan, going on the inside.
Oh, wow. He's making those hard tires work beautiful. Beautifully. He's got him, surely.
And Stan now on the inside. What a battle. They're touching. Touching, but Ultimate Stan not losing the car, staying in P3. Well, losing a position to Lil Jim. He is in P3 right now, but didn't lose the car. And he will now get the DRS on Lil Jim.
He's up in the grass. Gupta's out the race, I think. No, he's crashed into the wall. He lost it on the grass. Battling with Corleone and Chappie, and he lost it. He ran wide and has damaged his wing. He's having a pretty decent race. But that's another incident for Gupta, unfortunately, and Tacunha is going to close down on him. But Corleone's got a chance to make up some positions here because he doesn't have any penalties either. Nick and Chappie in front of them both have 6-second penalties. Yeah,
that could be crucial for him to gain a lot of places at the end of the race if he stays behind him and make these tyres work.
Well, Raisin looking on course for his first win of the season in the EINSTEIN League, which is hard to believe considering he's the reigning champion.
Yeah.
But he's 7 seconds ahead now and looking pretty good. Corleone and Chappie.
Corleone showed himself here, but didn't make it work. Beautiful battle between these two. Very fair, very clean. Oh! And Corleone going on the inside now. He has a better run. Oh, very close between these two. Chappie going wide.
It's got much more grip than Chappie, hasn't it?
Yeah, a lot more traction there. And he's up to P8. Nick in front of him with a 6-second time penalty. And he's 4 seconds behind him. That means right now he's going up to P7, but that also means that Corleone needs to stay with the pace right now. So the only very close battle on track is between Corleone and Chappie for P8. Ultimate stand just out of the DRS, now back into the DRS of Lil Jim. After the pit stop, we have yellow flags into sector 1. I think there is a Williams spinning. That must be Doradon. Must be Doradon. You're absolutely right.
Well, he's in donuts. He's I think those hard tires have not quite up to temperature. I'm afraid he's damaged his wing as well. But he's a lap down, so everyone will. His car will be boosted, so that's not going to be an issue for the guys. Looks like things have settled down a little bit coming to the end of this race.
Yeah.
Verstappen has closed a little bit on Bizzle because he's on the soft tyres, of course. And
Castro collecting another penalty. He has now 6 seconds. That means young Verstappen will gain 2 positions here up to P4 if he stays within the gap right now.
Yeah.
That's crucial for him.
Yeah, we're keeping an eye on his lap times as well, because I think he's only one of the top 10 on the softs.
Yeah, Corleone is fighting. Corleone is fighting to stay within the 6-second window of Nick. He's just out of it right now. 6 seconds and a few tenths out of it. And Nick will be pushing right now to leave the gap as it is, to stay in front of Corleone in P7. But a dominant performance again by Raisin in P1 right now. 8 seconds in front of Lil Jim. Followed by Stan, Castro, D Bizzle, Young Verstappen, Nick, Corleone, Chappie and Mosher. D'Cunha in P11. Prolova in P12. He has a 6-second time penalty. But Racing Cup is 15 seconds behind him, so no threat from behind. As we right now have no very close battle on track. Just a few ones on penalties, and these will be crucial at the end of the race.
Verstappen's now is within DRS range of Bizzle, so he's managed to make up 2 seconds on that last lap there. So yes, he doesn't have any penalties, so he'll leapfrog them anyway. But we're on the final lap now.
It's just gets a penalty. Here we go.
How many penalties? Bizzle's only got 3 seconds as well, so this is a scrap for P5 here.
And young Verstappen has to overtake Bizzle to stay within the 3-second window to also get P4 from Casto, because he has to stay within the 3-second gap. And if you have a car between you and the guy, that means around a second that is on top there for the gap, and you don't need that. It's very close. Young Verstappen right now 3 seconds and a bit behind Casto. But young Verstappen, of course, has the advantage of the soft compound of tyre. And he's now attacking D Bizzle with DRS. Let's see if he can make it work. He's staying behind D Bizzle. And D Bizzle slowing him down, and that means we have right now a gap of 3.1 seconds between Casto and young Verstappen. Casto will be clapping his hands. Oh!
I was watching.
Yeah, but that was something different. Raisin won the race. He finished in P1, Lil Jim, P2, Ultimate Stan, P3, D Bizzle up to P4, Casto P5, young Verstappen not making it work. 33 thousandths behind Casto in P6. Nick in P7, Corleone crossing the line. Right now in P8, Chappie behind him in P9, Mosher going up to P9, Chappie losing the position to P10. D'Cunha P11. Behind him, Pro Oliver with a 9-second penalty by Racing Cup, 12 seconds behind him. He could be safe, but he has to go through the chicane right now. Nail the exit.
Yeah, he picked up the fastest lap on the previous lap as well, so unfortunately he won't get an extra point for that, because you have to finish in the top 10 to get that extra point for the fastest lap, but still it's nice to
showing his pace for a lap. Yeah,
yeah,
that's very good. And everyone has finished right now here in Spain. A very action-packed race, despite only having one safety car. Lil Jim getting the driver of the day, finishing in P2 if I'm not mistaken, behind Raisin. That was a beautiful race with a lot of battles in the midfield. Very exciting. Raisin, congratulations on P1. Lil Jim in P2. And I think Ultimate Stan in P3 in his Red Bull. The Red Bulls both getting a lot of points here tonight, finishing in the top 10, both of them. And we had Casto on the podium, and behind Ultimate Stan on the podium here in Spain. A lot of points for the Red Bulls. And here's our final standings. Raisin has won Spain in front of Lil Jim, followed by Ultimate Stan on the podium in P3, Dubizzle in P4, Castor France in P5, Young Verstappen from P17 to P6, Nick finishing in P7, behind him Corleone and Moshe, Chappie in P10, followed by D'Cunha Pro Oliver Racing Cup, Wayne and Eskimo collecting the last point here in P15, and our DNFs are Doradon and Boltex King. Any last words to the race, scientists?
Yeah, action-packed race, as you said. Some strong drives from Verstappen. Lil Jim Raisin obviously dominated in the end. But yeah, some good action, good driving as always from these guys. And yeah, pleasure to witness it with you, Ballots, as always.
Thanks a lot. It was my pleasure. And with that, we are saying goodbye for tonight. We will be back next week for race 5 and 6 in the Scientist Reverse Grid League, Einstein League. Take care, everyone. Have a nice weekend. Stay healthy, and bye-bye.